everyone. Welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Mark, your host.
And I'm Jessica, your co-host. Today's episode is super exciting because we're talking about a topic many learners ask about: speaking English fluently as possible.
That's right. If you've ever felt stuck or frustrated with your speaking skills, this episode is for you.
We'll share tips, stories, and even some fun practice to help you gain confidence and speak English more naturally.
So, get comfortable, grab your notebook if you like, and let's dive into how fluency can be within your reach.
Mark, I think one of the biggest myths about learning English is that you have to be perfect to be fluent. What do you think?
Absolutely, Jessica. So many learners believe fluency means speaking without any mistakes. But actually, fluency is more about being able to communicate your ideas clearly and confidently, even if you make small errors.
Yes. I remember when I first started speaking English, I was so worried about making mistakes that I hardly spoke at all. I thought if I wasn't perfect, people wouldn't understand me.
That's a very common feeling. But here's the truth. Native speakers don't expect perfection. They just want to understand you and have a conversation.
Exactly. Fluency is a journey. It's about progress, not perfection. It's about practicing a little every day, learning from mistakes, and gaining confidence over time.
And the more you speak, the easier it gets. Your brain and mouth get used to the patterns, and your confidence grows. It's like learning to ride a bike. You fall, you get up, and eventually you ride smoothly.
That's a great example. So, if you're worried about mistakes, just remember, it's normal and part of the learning process. Focus on being understood and enjoying the conversation.
Right. And in this episode, we'll share practical tips to help you on that journey to fluency step by step. Jessica, let me tell you a little story about a friend of mine. Let's call him David. When David first started learning English, he was really shy about speaking.
Oh, I bet. What was holding him back?
Mostly fear. He was afraid of making mistakes and sounding silly. So, he avoided speaking as much as possible. Even though he studied grammar and vocabulary for years, he wasn't fluent.
That sounds so familiar for many learners.
Exactly. But then one day, David decided to change his approach. Instead of focusing on perfection, he promised himself to speak every day, even if it was just a few sentences.
Wow, that's a big step. What did he do?
He started small talking to himself, practicing common phrases, and using apps to record his voice. Slowly, he began joining conversation groups and making mistakes openly, which actually helped him improve faster.
That's inspiring. So his confidence grew along with his skills?
Yes. After months of consistent practice, David became more comfortable speaking English in real situations. He didn't worry so much about mistakes anymore and focused on communicating clearly.
That shows us that fluency really comes with practice and the right mindset, not just knowledge.
Exactly, Jessica. And if David can do it, so can anyone listening to us right now.
Thanks, Mark. Now here's a powerful tip that really helped me improve my fluency thinking in English.
Thinking in English? Can you explain what that means exactly?
Sure. Many learners try to translate from their native language into English in their head. That takes extra time and slows down speaking. Instead, if you train yourself to think directly in English, your speaking becomes much faster and more natural.
That makes a lot of sense. But how do you start thinking in English if your brain is used to your native language?
Great question. One way is to start small. For example, describe what you're doing or seeing in English in your mind. Like, if you're making breakfast, think, "I am cutting bread," or "the coffee smells good."
So, it's like practicing English silently throughout the day.
Exactly. You don't have to speak out loud every time, but by thinking in English, your brain gets used to forming English sentences naturally. Over time, it becomes easier to say those sentences out loud.
I love that. It sounds simple, but very effective.
It really is. Another tip is to label things around you in English or tell yourself stories in English during free time. The key is consistent practice.
Thanks, Jessica. That's a practical tip everyone can start today. All right, Jessica, here's another important tip for speaking fluently. Start with simple sentences.
Yes, sometimes learners try to use complicated words or long sentences, but that can slow you down or cause mistakes.
Exactly. When you focus on simple sentences, it's easier to get your message across clearly and confidently. For example, instead of saying, I am feeling quite exhausted after the long and tiring day at work, you can say, I'm tired after work.
That's perfect. Simple sentences help you speak faster and keep the conversation going. The goal is communication, not showing off big words.
And remember, you can always add more details later, once you feel more confident.
Right, so keep it simple and you'll sound natural and fluent much sooner than you think.
Hey, Jessica, let's practice a common situation ordering food at a restaurant. Ready?
Ready. I'll be the customer and you're the waiter.
Great! Let's start.
Hi, can I see the menu, please?
Of course. Here you go. Do you want any recommendations?
Yes, please. What's popular today?
Our chicken sandwich is very popular. Also, the vegetable pasta is fresh and tasty.
I'll have the chicken sandwich, please. And can I get a glass of water?
Sure. Anything else?
No, that's all, thank you.
You're welcome. Your order will be ready soon.
Thanks. That was easy and clear.
Exactly. Using simple sentences makes conversation smooth and helps you sound fluent.
Mark, one of the best ways to improve fluency is to repeat, repeat, repeat.
Absolutely. Repetition helps your brain and mouth get used to the sounds and rhythm of English. It's like training your muscles to speak smoothly.
Exactly. When you practice repeating sentences or phrases, you build muscle memory. That makes it easier to say those sentences naturally in real conversations.
And repeating helps you remember vocabulary and grammar without having to think too hard. The more you repeat, the faster you can respond when speaking.
A great way to do this is through shadowing, where you listen to a sentence and try to say it right after the speaker, copying their pronunciation and intonation.
Yes, shadowing is like echoing a native speaker. It's fun and very effective for improving fluency.
So don't be afraid to say the same sentences many times. It may feel strange at first, but it really helps.
And the more you repeat, the more confident you'll feel speaking English in any situation. All right, now it's time for some shadowing practice. Jessica, are you ready?
Ready, listeners. Get ready to repeat after us. We'll say a sentence, then pause so you can say it too.
Let's start simple. Here we go. I am learning English.
Great. Next, I like to practice every day.
Here's another one. Speaking English is fun.
Keep going with me. I can speak fluently.
And one more. Practice makes perfect.
Awesome! How do you feel? Repeating short sentences like this helps your mouth get used to English sounds.
Exactly. Try to copy our pronunciation and rhythm as closely as possible. It's okay if you don't get it perfect. The important thing is to keep practicing.
All right, Mark. Now let's play a fun game called Fix the Fluency Mistake.
Sounds great. Here's how it works. I'll say a sentence that has a fluency mistake. Maybe it sounds unnatural or too slow, and Jessica will try to fix it. Then, listeners can try to fix it too.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Here's the first sentence. I want to go to the store now.
That sounds a bit slow and choppy. A better way is, I want to go to the store now.
Exactly. Smooth and natural. Okay, next sentence. She don't like coffee.
Ah, That's a grammar mistake. It should be, she doesn't like coffee.
Perfect. Here's another one. Can you to help me with this?
The word to isn't needed here. The correct sentence is, can you help me with this?
Good job. Last one. He going school every day.
We need the helping verb is. So, he is going to school every day.
Nice. See how fixing these small mistakes makes your speech smoother and easier to understand?
Listeners, try to catch fluency mistakes in your own speaking and fix them like we did. It's a great way to improve. Mark, one of the biggest things that stops people from speaking fluently isn't grammar or vocabulary, it's their own mind.
Absolutely. Overthinking and fear are two major fluency killers. When learners overthink every word or worry about making mistakes, it slows them down or even stops them from speaking at all.
I've seen that happen so often. People get stuck trying to plan perfect sentences in their heads instead of just speaking naturally.
Right. Fear of being judged or sounding silly is very common. But here's the secret. Almost everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. The key is to focus on communicating, not on being perfect.
Yes, and the more you practice, the less you'll fear mistakes. Confidence grows with experience.
So, when you feel nervous, try to take a deep breath and remind yourself that it's okay to make mistakes. Speaking English is a skill, and like any skill, it takes time to improve.
Exactly. Don't let overthinking or fear block your progress. Just keep speaking, and fluency will follow.
All right, Jessica, it's time for a special challenge for our listeners.
Yes, we want to encourage everyone to speak English for just 2 minutes every day.
That's right. It might sound simple, but 2 minutes of speaking daily can make a huge difference over time.
You can talk about anything your day, your plans, what you like, or even describe something around you. The key is to speak out loud, not just think or write.
And if you can, record yourself. Listening to your own voice helps you notice areas to improve and track your progress.
Don't worry about mistakes or grammar. Just focus on speaking and getting comfortable with your English voice.
Try to do this every day for a week, then 2 weeks, and see how much your confidence and fluency grow.
We believe in you. 2 minutes a day, that's your challenge. Before we wrap up, Mark, let's give our listeners some final motivation.
Absolutely. If there's one thing to remember, it's this. Speaking English fluently is possible for everyone.
It doesn't matter your age, background, or how long you've been learning. What matters is consistent practice and a positive mindset.
Every small step counts. The mistakes, the challenges, they're all part of your journey to fluency.
Keep speaking, keep practicing, and don't give up. Your confidence will grow, and soon you'll surprise yourself with how well you can communicate.
We're cheering for you. You've got this. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the English Learning Podcast.
We hope you enjoyed our tips and practice on speaking English fluently. Remember, fluency is a journey, and every step forward counts.
If you liked this episode, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with your friends.
And don't forget to take the 2-minute daily speaking challenge.
Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye for now and keep practicing.